understand? So the love comes back. So now it's only like not to do the normal rush, back to do the morning, the snooze, and so I was awake, man. I even did notes today. I prepped today. I'm ready for you guys. I'm ready. So when you give love, it comes back in unintentional ways. My son had a sent a video of my child yesterday living his best life. So much so that I was worried because it didn't look like anything was missing in his life. And I was like, this boy is 3 days now without his mother. How is he not miserable? But when you give love, right, and you give love, even in tough situations, that thing comes back when you least intended to. So today we want to start off with Genesis 1, verse 27. It says, God created humanity in God's own image. In the divine image, God created them, male and female. God created them. The good news is you are made in God's image. And if you love God, you should love yourself. So I want to start with this year. I want to try and do more practical examples because I really do believe we have the understanding now, you know, of what self-love is and all of those things. I want us to get into the practicality of it, and I think I've already put in things here and there. We all know the importance of self-love, right? And I think everybody here understands why it's important to love yourself. I'm sure this message I've convinced you enough to see why it's important to love yourself. And then with that self-love, we are also learning self-discipline. Because with self-love, there has to be discipline, right? That you put in. And we went into that in the form of time management. At the one talk that I did, we were talking about time. That's in line with self-discipline. Because sometimes we believe that when someone gives you of their time, you can arrive late. But someone gave you a precious commodity that they can't take back. And so when you love yourself and you're self-disciplined, how you move is different. You don't have silly excuses like, you don't. Because you respect yourself. So you understand how limited time is, and you understand what God put in there. So when someone gives you their time, you realize it's love actually what they're giving you. So you have to rush and be on time for that. You can't be making excuses. In this life where people want to take from you, you can't be making excuses for the people that are giving you time. Yeah? So we learned that, and that's self-discipline. It's you, with you, having a conversation with yourself. Yeah? And then we learned about boundaries. The way God created us, because He knew we were the terrors of life, He added a lot of love when we made women. Like so much love. And so sometimes what we do is we show up as a relevance. Yeah? So another thing that we learned was boundaries. Yeah? That love. But learn boundaries. And boundaries are not to keep others out. They are to keep you in. Safe. You know? So that when you do love, you do so from a healthy place. Not from a place of desperation, you know, not from a place of neatness. Because that's what happens when you don't have boundaries. When you don't have boundaries, you do too much. You do way more than what is required. And the person that ends up suffering in that situation is you. Because you took from an empty cup and you gave. Yeah? So these are the things that I'm hoping by now we understand these things, you know? And they are all still about self. Yeah? And then we learned about love languages, yeah? Which is the next step now. Love languages, now that I've discovered how to discipline myself, manage myself, and all of these lovely things, how do I then relate with other people, yeah? So I understand what my love language is. I understand how I need to love, how I receive love, right? So now that I'm engaged with other humans of God placed on this planet, I must understand the same things about them. How does she like to be loved? You know, and not love the way I would like to love you, but love you in the way that you would receive love. So we went through the 5 different love languages and we discovered who is who, see, and why, what is it Lucy does not like, and most importantly, why does she not like it? Yeah? Because we're too grown now to have things that we don't like and don't even want to investigate why. So now we discovered this as well, right? So last time when I spoke here, I gave an example. So this year I'm going to try to give more examples. It's something that's new to me, so you're going to have to bear with me. I will learn it, I'll get it right, yeah? And the last time I was here, I gave an example of self-discipline. I gave a situation where I planned with a person, right? And then this person, when I was checking, at the very last hour, I was actually confirming, okay, I'm coming now, as per the arrangement that we made ages ago, I'm coming through, and then this person, when I was saying I'm leaving, I'm confirming, the person then told me, oh, Anna, this comes that thing, we can do that thing another time, you know, and you could tell on their side there was no intention placed on this thing of ours, right? And so it was early morning, so what I had to do is control what I can control, which is myself. I knew that what they had done was wrong, but the emotions of disappointment were on me, right? So I needed to sort out me first, so that the disappointment find ways for me to still be able to retain my day. So what I did that morning, I explained last week, I quickly did exercise, I started doing other small tasks that would really make me believe, well, reinstate in me the belief of me. And within less than an hour, my day was back on, because I was intentional that I'm not going to lose this day on the account of, it's my day, it's my life. Yes, someone else erupted feelings in me, but now that they're in me, these feelings, I must deal with them. They can't control my day. I am choosing to have this kind of day, and I put in the things that would drive me to do that. I put in exercise, because exercise gives you those extra, endorphins, they call them. They give you extra energy. There's extra energy that you get. Happy, they call it the happy hormone that you get when you exercise. So I did for 15 minutes and I got my day right. And then so now, there was self-discipline. I did not shout at the person, I controlled the girl. When the girl was under control, right? Because we want to be able to build relationships with other people, yeah? So what I did is when I calmed myself down and controlled the girl was the girl, but everybody loves, yeah? I went back to the person and I was like, listen, this and this happened, and this is how it made me feel. It made me feel like I moved my world to accommodate you, and you had placed no intention for me. Yeah? And when I communicated this, the first thing the person said, but they apologized. It's like, listen, I did not know that my actions would make you feel this. And then what they communicated next was, in future, should I ever be in a position where I hurt you, please, if you can do me this one favor of not waiting this long to let me know where I went wrong. Now, what you are getting from this is that this person, I'm now understanding what their love language is. This is a person who, by saying, don't ever put me in this situation, because I want to be able to rectify immediately when I'm wrong. That means by listening to that, I realize the person I'm dealing with is a person who does acts of service. People that do acts of service want, in a situation, let's say, where there is a funeral, they want to be able to put them to use. They're not going to be people that are going to hug you, they're not going to be people that are going to, but they want to be put to use. Yeah? And when I engage with this person, I realize this. Because now I have already controlled myself. I could be able to hear what they were saying. Because I wasn't dispensing. Because I already dealt with the gap. And so the thing about having a good relationship with yourself is that you are able to see other people's true intentions. You are not clouded by your own emotions. Disappointment is normal. You're going to get disappointed before today is done. But what is it that you put in for yourself to counter these things that will happen to you? We need to learn to be intentional. Put in intention with ourselves. Put in intention with who we love. Put in intention with how we love. It's so easy to say self-love, but this self-love thing comes with so many things. And most of the things that need to be done aren't being done outward. They've been done inward. Most of the change that needs to happen has to happen within you. Thank you, my queen. Fixing my thumb. So today I want to talk about diet a little bit. Okay? Not diet in the way that I came. This is diet in diet and in losing weight and in trying for a healthier lifestyle, all of these things. I can tell you right now The reason why a majority of people fail in dieting is because you are not doing it for the right reasons. You are doing it for outside validation. And so that's why you don't have patience with you. And that's why you hurt yourself by going the quickest route and then failing. But the thing is, if you want to handle going into a diet as a person that loves themselves, you look into the mirror and you look at what God created, right? And you look at yourself with love and you say, where do I start? Because I'm about to change my life. It's a lifestyle change. Because you must understand that anything that you do excessively, there's a reason behind it. It's not because you like it. That's not the reason. And you know that's not the reason. There's an emotional reason behind it. And that's why self-love is at the root of all things. If you do not love yourself, you will fail at things. Not because you are not capable. But there's certain things that you learn when you love yourself, like discipline. You learn to be kind to yourself. You know, because you realize that you will fail. Even with the best intentions, you will fail at things. You will. Life is structured that way. But if you love yourself, how you move from that is different. You know, like anything that can say to you that you're going to lose this in 2 weeks, you're going to lose this in 6 months, something that you've accumulated for years. How is that even logical in your thinking? What are you rushing for? Who are you rushing for? Because if you love yourself, you know if you take such drastic measures, it's going to take a toll on your health. But if you're losing weight for the right reasons, in the right reasons, some things like, you know what, I'd like more energy for myself. I'd like more energy. Now you are thinking like someone who wants to do a lifestyle change. Because that's what dieting is. I hate that word diet. It's a lifestyle change. You're about to change your life. And like someone who's about to change your life, you know, you put in the right path. The first time I came here, I was like, you need to surround yourself with apples. So if you're about to take on a diet, that means you must open yourself up to meeting new people who view the world the way that you do, because the ones that you've been standing with don't, and that's why you have not been exercising the whole time. That means what you now must venture out into a support structure of people who are going to say, oh, girl, it's Wednesday now. We haven't seen you. Must I come pick you up? Must I, you know, must we do it online together? Are you busy with the thought? We can go online together and you can do it from a video chat. That's what you require now. Because there's going to be days when you can't. And it has nothing to do with anything else but because you're emotional that day. You know? And you need people that care enough to check on you so that 3 days does not turn into 30 days and then stop. It means now you have to read up on nutritional foods and such like. And I'm not saying now you change everything. Yes, there are people that are not going to do a dieting day. Change too much too quickly. Change the whole diet for the whole house. And you know the things that are going to last. This thing is too dramatic. It's too dramatic. It's too fast. It's too furious. And anything that is going to happen, if you know this, you have to have patience for it. You have to be intentional. You have to move with it. Slow. You stop when it stops. Stop when it starts. Huh? There's a queen that worked here, Queen Yogi. She used to always say this when she does the status when she's doing exercise. She'll say, my race, my pace. My race, my pace. And I'm not going to say, oh, but having different diets, we don't see a change. We don't see a change in you. But you know what comes first? Energy comes first. You'll have energy, and you will know that the change is happening. And if you're doing it for yourself, it won't matter what they're saying this one. Because you have the energy that you didn't have yesterday, so you understand why. But also that support structure must company, you know this, and I was doing a catering for a very important client, and I was chatting to one of the chefs there, a woman. And we love hiring women because we're all women run business, so we like hiring other women. So I was chatting to this woman, African woman, and she was saying to me, Muki, I was adopted, yeah? And when I was a little girl, the woman who adopted me used to call me a little piglet. Yeah? Used to call me a little piglet. She used to comment on my weight continuously, and so much so that I would hide food. Like when I would eat, I would make sure she doesn't see that I've eaten. And now, as a grown woman, she had tried many a time to lose weight but didn't. Only when she went to the psychologist and started talking. The trauma that she experienced as a child of having to be ridiculed and put down is what she needed to recover from. The weight was never the issue. Do you understand? There's emotional reasons to the things that we do. So that's why you must start with self-love. Self-love opens up everything that you need. When you love yourself, the love that you want to be around you, because people love seeing a nice thing. People love it. You guys love seeing me here because I'm happy, because you're radiating love. It's hard. It's hard. You don't have to go out of your way to not like me. And that's what it's like when you put love into yourself. Others will be envious. They want to be next to you, and they don't even know why they want to be next to you. Because you've got this thing that no one can physically touch, but it's there. You're glowing. Because you're doing internal work. So by the time you lose the weight, the girl is already glowing. The girl has already done the work that is required. You can see what I can. You can see it today. I'm telling another page. I'm not done with it. So we learned five languages, right? So today we're going to learn 5 apologies. Because as women, I share that's one thing we're known for. I don't apologize. We'll bring you a slice of bread, jam, smiling instead of saying sorry. Huh? We'll do it. We'll come and give you a hug instead of saying sorry. We'll do all of the things but actually say the words when we do something. So today we learn the 5 acts of apology. Because in order for you to be able to foster relationships, you need to be able to self-control, self-discipline, self-regulate, meaning that you must know when you're wrong and be able to apologize. So here are the 5 apologies. Express regret. I'm sorry. I did X, Y, and Z. I'm sorry. I did it. I'm sorry. And then the next one is express responsibility and no excuse. And for this one, I want to give an example. I'm a single mother, as you know. And you know, sometimes we're all human guys. And just because you've embarked on a self-love journey or you're a woman of God or all of these things, you're still a human on this planet. And you're going to make mistakes. Right? So my son and I are sitting in the car. I just picked him up. He's been to his father's family. And he's talking. But now I'm the adult, right? And I know that most of what is being said here is just fairies and fantasies and so I respond, right? And then later on, as I sit in my bed, I realize, no, man, that was not a thing. That wasn't great. So I call my 7-year-old son over, and I said, Musumzi, I acted emotionally. I was wrong. My relationship with your father is my relationship with your father. I should learn to respect your relationship with your father, even if I do not agree. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I shouldn't have done that. And I promise to try and do that. Yeah? I don't apologize to a 7-year-old. Because we need to learn to apologize to our children because we are human. We are teaching them to be cold. We're teaching them to be cruel because we can't apologize. When we are wrong, then we know we are wrong. Genuine repent is the next apology. Genuine repent says that, genuine repent says, make sure that you never do it again. Give an actual example. Like, I will never find myself in this situation. You're very expressive, very intentional. You give more detail with this one. And then, making resolution. Okay, this one is what we normally tend to do, where we do something that shows how sorry we are. You know, bring flowers to show, like bring something that shows 12. Like this thing I've done, I know it's so bad that I can't just come with words here, but because I would have done this wrong, and I've come with this. This is what I'm coming with. This is a physical thing that I'm giving you because I went too far. And it's not about empowering the next person. It's about you learning to discipline yourself. And learning to discipline yourself just only means that I love me. And I will not misrepresent myself. Not even to a child will I misrepresent myself. And then the last one, I think the most difficult of them all is requesting forgiveness. Asking for it. And having to give the person room to digest and take their time to do. Because when we forgive, we want you to say yes now, so that we are free. You know how you can walk away. Yeah? But if it's true, you must be able to give that person room. That's the hardest part. It's the hardest having to wait for someone to decide if they're going to forgive you or not. So ladies, I want us to learn these things because I want us to be the best version of ourselves, for ourselves. We deserve this. Our daughters deserve to see us in this light. You are the star. You are the star of the movie. The movie of your life. You're the star. In the movie of your life, you are the star. Sadly, the people that you are allowing to make decisions for you are extras now in your movie. Yeah. They're extras. You allow extras to whisper. Have you ever seen in a movie who find down quality in the video that are extra quality? Kick. Never. Never. So it's your movie. Think about your life. Even when you come here. It's my movie. My movie. I'm walking in. Walking in. You know? And the rest must just do. Because it's my movie. Yeah, in your movie, I'm the supporting act. But in my movie, I'm the star. So I cannot be told by other people. I cannot. Do you understand? So you need to walk with that